1908 was the last time Rugby League history was made in Cheltenham, as the touring New Zealand All Golds took on England. But as this year's Northern Rail Cup kicked off, the first ever game of semi-professional Rugby League in Gloucestershire saw Hemel Stags take on the University of Gloucestershire All Golds, as two new teams to the competition cut their teeth.
It's a momentous day, it's history in the making. There are two very nervous sets of officials in there who, you know, the variables that they don't know about at this moment in time is how they're going to do on the field and how many people are going to come through the turnstiles. They're just about to find out, so as you say, a long journey, lots of excitement being generated, and you know, I can't wait.
Gloucestershire is a rugby union hotbed, but that's exactly why we decided to base the team here, because in the majority of the town, if you put a rugby ball and a football in front of a school kid, they're going to pick up the rugby ball. These boys here love rugby, it's in their blood. That is why Rugby League will work here. Lots
of local players, you know, playing from both communities here, so that's a big part of it as well. You know, they are generating some enthusiasm from sponsors, bringing new sponsors into the game that haven't been a part of the game before. So, you know, there are a great many reasons to celebrate what's happening today.
Absolutely, it's a historic day for us. I mean, there's never been a professional club match in Cheltenham and in Gloucestershire since the game's inception in 1895. I mean, it's a long time coming, and we're very, very excited, and it's such a passionate feel about it down here that it's great to finally get to this day.
So as the two teams walked out onto the Prince of Wales Stadium, new ground was being broken for Rugby League. But when kick-off came, none of that mattered, as the next 80 minutes took precedence. The game got off to an exciting start as Hemel came out of the blocks quickest to cross for the first try. The London Broncos dual-registered back rower Chris Mellin then showed his pedigree, cutting a great line for the Stags' second. But the home side soon found their feet, with great pace from centre Callum Mulkeen. A missed tackle out wide then allowed Island international Tim Bergin to touch down. Then came perhaps the game's best try, a sweeping pass from Rice, quick hands from Bergin, who nudged on to the jinking Maxime Claustre, who found Rice again to get the score which would leave them up at the break in the view of one particularly interested onlooker.
Good to watch, it's easy to watch, and to see two new sides really going at it, and that quality as high as it is, it's been good. Really enjoyed it. I've got a couple of converts here who support Gloucester and the rugby union side of things, and I think they're going to enjoy today.
These two teams here, and like I say, a great spectacle out there today behind you. At half time now, who are you backing?
Well, you'd have to back the All Golds really at the moment. They've got their tails up. I think Hemel got off to a flying start, got a couple of tries on the board, but they worked themselves back in. I know Brad will be working them up inside, and hopefully they'll come out and start their second half really well.
Hemel again came out firing in the second half, scoring two quick tries, before Chris Mellin crossed for his second, giving the visitors a healthy lead. A lead the Stags extended with a great offload from fullback Fogan, allowing Mostyn space to swallow dive in the corner. This interception and long distance break from Phil Coburn was about as close as the All Golds came to scoring in the second half, as they were shown how competitive semi-professional competition could be. And there was just enough time for a last-minute kick from captain BJ Swindells to leave the Stags 36 points to 18 victors, as the full-time whistle blew on a historic day.
So Mike, it was a tough result out there, but a good sighter at the start of the season maybe?
Definitely a sighter is a good word to describe it with. Obviously we've just come out of a Bucks Championship winning side, but this has really shown what level we're going to have to be competing at. Obviously Hemel are another new side as well, so they should be looking at to be the same sort of level as we are, and so we're not best pleased with losing today, but like I said, Northern Rail is a stepping stone for the Championship one season. But we've got a lot of things to work on. We've only finished our book season 2 weeks ago, so we've not had a long preparation for the Championships, Northern Rail Cup games. So we've got a lot of work to do, but we've got a good 3-4 weeks in which to build up for that Oxford game on the 29th of March.
Great day for the All Golds, mate. You know, we got a crowd of just under 400, which is a really good turnout for our first game. But team-wise and on the pitch, you know, it was a good wake-up call for the side. You know, they found out what life in this division in the pro ranks is all about today.
Yeah, all week the boys were buzzing. It was a good vibe at the club, and everyone looking forward to their first game. And I thought today's performance was reward. You know, we were rewarded for a good pre-season, and it was produced in today's performance. For 60 minutes, I thought we were the superior team. It was a 20-minute period where we sort of lost direction a bit, made some errors, and they got on the front foot and started to cause us some problems. But once we addressed that at half time, the second half, I thought we were dominant for that near enough the full second half.
It took us 30 minutes to get into the speed of the game. When we got into the speed of the game and executed plays how we want to play, you know, we got back in front. And then half time after that, the guys then had to come out with that same intensity that they finished the first half in. But fortunately for them, they left it in the dressing room.
We were part of history, being in a semi-professional environment for the first time, but also playing a team that was having their first semi-professional game. And I think it's good that the game's expanding. You know, being from Australia, where, you know, on the east coast, you know, especially Queensland and New South Wales, everywhere rugby league's played by near enough everyone. It's a great sport and a great to play and great to watch. And I think the more clubs that can turn into semi-professional in the south of Sheffield area, like us and like Oxford and Gloucester, can only be really good for the game.
Yeah, you've got to remember that the first ever international rugby league game was in 1908 on this ground here, so it's fantastic to see professional rugby again in Cheltenham and Gloucestershire, the southwest area as a whole.